Rotorua tonight on City News. New Zealand First names Rotorua candidate. Bay Trust grants total of $2.85 million for the year. And roller derby comes to Rotorua. Those stories ahead tonight on City News. Rotorua teacher and economist Fletcher Tabuto has been named as the New Zealand First candidate for Rotorua. Mr Tabuto, who is 36, is of Ngāti Whakauē descent and is the Year 13 Dean and Senior Economics teacher at Rotorua Boys High School. This will be the third time Mr Tabuto has stood in the Rotorua electorate. Fletcher Tabuto says he's been a member of New Zealand First since its inception and believes in the party's common sense approach to politics.
I think for me New Zealand First was, and still is, just a common sense, let's address a problem and let's fix it, instead of being, having political agendas or some kind of ideology on how things should ideally be done. New Zealand First is about common sense, and I like to think that that's kind of how I operate as well, so that was my natural attraction.
We have more from Fletcher Tabuto and New Zealand First later in the program. Bay Trust has been able to assist 199 community groups with grants totalling $2.85 million in the year to the 31st of March 2011. In addition, $117,000 was approved in scholarships to people with disabilities undertaking tertiary study. The figures were announced at Bay Trust's annual public meeting at the Rotorua District Council on Friday. Bay Trust Chair Mary Dillon says Bay Trust is privileged to be able to play a small part in helping those who help others. Ms Dillon told the meeting that in light of the continuing uncertainty in investment markets, the Trust had a satisfactory year and from an income pool of $11.4 million had been able to reserve $2.3 million to cover the effect of inflation on the Trust capital and to add $4.5 million to its grants maintenance reserve. A number of speakers from the floor congratulated Bay Trust on its achievements and thanked the Trust for its support. Mayor Kevin Winters referred to the imminent opening of the Don Stafford wing of the Rotorua Museum and Bay Trust's contribution to that project and other important projects around the district over the years. Bay Trust's next annual public meeting will be held in Tauranga in August 2012. Broadcaster and popular local personality Kingy Biddle has a lot to be proud of after placing at the World Championship Public Speaking Competition in Las Vegas at the weekend. Kingy Biddle, who is renowned for his gift of the gab, represented New Zealand at the competition after winning the New Zealand International Prepared Speech Award at the National Toastmasters Convention earlier this year. MP for Waiariki Te Ruro Flavel says he's proud of Kingy's achievements and his commitment and determination to get to Las Vegas and represent Aotearoa. Kingy descends from Ngāti Whakauē and is a member of the Te Arawa Standing Committee and a trustee of the Te Arawa Lakes Trust. Rotorua District Council is making up to $25,000 available for community group projects that have a positive impact on the community's safety and crime within the Rotorua District. They are inviting applications to its Community Safety Projects Fund for the 2011-2012 year. Funding applications will be reviewed by district councillors, a local police representative, a youth councillor and a member of the Te Arawa Standing Committee. Applications for this year's fund close at 4 p.m. Friday the 7th of October and details are available at rdc.govt.nz. In sport tonight, a group of forward-thinking women have decided to bring roller derby to Rotorua. The Sulphur City Steamrollers is a For the Skaters, By the Skaters non-profit organisation established earlier this year. Chairperson Leila Robinson says the league is made up of Rotorua women from all walks of life who've joined together with a common love for the sport and style of roller derby.
It just started with a Facebook message spreading from one person to the other, and eventually we gathered over 20 names. We've now got 22 people in the league, 21 women and one man who is a ref.
Leila Robinson says the roller derby game of today is not the same as in the early days of the American leagues.
In the 1970s it was certainly rough. There were a lot of fisticuffs happening then. It was very brutal. brutal. But now there are a lot of rules. The first thing that we learned, we've been training with the Kawerau team, the K-Town Derby dolls. They've taught us everything we know so far. First thing they teach you is how to fall properly, how to stop and how to control yourself and become confident on your skates.
Layla Robinson says New Zealand currently has 24 Derby leagues and growing, with a strong foundation in the central North Island, including Hamilton, Tauranga, Kawerau, Taupo, Napier and Gisborne. For more information on the Sulphur City Steamrollers, email sc.steamrollers@gmail.com. To your weather now, Rotorua and the surrounding area. Tonight, fine southwest winds, overnight a low of 5. Tomorrow Wednesday, fine apart from morning cloud, southwest winds, a high of 13 and low of 4. Long range for Thursday, mainly fine, westerly breezes, a high of 13 and low of 6. Marine forecast for Lake Rotorua for Wednesday, southwest 5 knots rising to 10 knots in the morning and to 15 knots for a time in the afternoon and evening. Waves less than half a metre in cloudy periods. Still to come tonight on City News, Fletcher Tabeto tells us why he's standing for New Zealand First. Dr Kate Mills talks about obesity, and we take a look at the government's child abuse green paper.